with Cleopatra Wanjiku. She's 27 years old, born and living with HIV. But her life, like she will tell you, is nothing short of a testimony. Cleopatra, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm glad we are doing this again.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, how have you been? It's been a couple of years since I saw you.
How many years? You did my
About
first
3 years.
interview.
I think 3 years.
2017 years.
Yeah, but then at that point you hadn't gotten to tell the world who Cleo was all about. You hadn't. You were just... You're
trying
just mimi nauza manguo and your kazi, but that is not why you're here today, because this year you decided that haitaisha before I change, impact, empower, reignite that hopelessness in people and even create awareness around HIV. 27 years, born and living with it.
Quite a long time.
Quite a long time.
Yeah.
Take us back to how did you find out? How was, that you were...
How did I find out? I found out on 2013. I was 2007, I was 13 years.
You were 13 years. So 13 years of your life, you had no idea.
I had no idea.
Were you a sickly child?
Yes, I was here and there. But there's no way that I could have gotten to think that it's something like that. Because you see, during our time, we just knew that HIV probably is sexually transmitted. That is the only information.
That is what we were taught.
Little to no information, just little. Yeah. So I didn't know. But I think most people knew. My family knew and the rest. But disclosure is quite something so hard for both parents, for adults too. So I remember this day, that was on 2007. During my normal chest clinic, we went with my grandma, and that's when the nurse told me that they're going to do a test. So I test, what is it about? And then they told me they'll do a HIV test. And I couldn't understand why it's being done. And so I just told them, it's fine, let's do it. And after that, the 15 minutes, you see, that is the longest time I've ever waited for anything. It's a 15 minutes, and then the results were there, and they're telling me that I'm HIV positive. And I go like, okay, now you're having a dead mother here. You're
your
young.
mom had passed on?
Yes, she had passed on when I was 8 years, and now I'm 13 years.
Okay.
But well,
was your dad there as well?
No, my dad was not there. Okay. I think he couldn't. And then I'm a girl, and because of work and everything. Okay. But well, they have supported me fully, and siwezi sema ati nimepitia hizo shida mingi, because they've been there. I've had a very supportive family, my friends, those who knew then, most of them did. So they're still fighting with me right now. They're still fighting, like, how could you do this? But I told them, at times you realize when you grow up, you have to fight your battles alone and on your nails. It's true. That is what you do. But
so 13 years pale kwa hospitali ukaambiwa.
Yes, and that way, when I was told na nikaenroliwa kwa CCC. And you see, I was in
pole.
Okay. CCC ni the clinic, ni your clinic yenye HIV positive people go to pick drugs and whatever. So that is when I was enrolled. And you see now, in primary school, I wasn't in a boarding school. So next year I was going to a boarding school. Na sasa niko like, sasa nitaweza hata kumeza dawa. And this is a long time medication that you should take every day.
Every day.
Yes. And it's not easy. So nilikuwa like, and then you see there is a lot of discrimination and rejection that comes along with HIV.
At this point, you have not told anybody. No. Tu mlikuwa now hospitali.
Yes.
And now you're going to boarding school. Nobody knows you.
Nobody
and
knows
they don't
me.
know
I don't
your
know
status.
Nobody.
Yes.
And that is where there are so many high infection between young people. Okay. And this comes along with the school factor. Because once you go to school, hakuna vyenye mtu hata saa hii nikachukua dawa hapa nimeze utakuwa clear when you're not feeling well. And that is where discrimination comes through. So when I went to school, I didn't know how I'm going to do this and where I'm going to keep the drugs. But my dad came in. He's my OG. He came in and he told the administration. And that is when I was allowed to put the drugs probably in my box. And other times because they could realize nurse ataelewa, kuna time una default, niaeka kwa nurse, and then you go pick and take medication. Yeah. So usually when I talk to young people and parents, I tell them, it's good, take a step. Parents stopped being parents. Acha mzazi akuwe mzazi. There are kids who are so courageous, ataenda shule na ambia mwalimu niko hivi na hivi. But there are some who will keep quiet and they'll never take medication. That's why there are so many high infection between adolescents and young people. Yes.
So you went through high school without anybody, like any of your friends, you were discriminated upon because ulikuanga sickly, but nobody knew.
Nobody. No, I wasn't discriminated. I can say because my high school, they didn't know. Many of them, I actually thought they knew, because when I went public that time, they said I didn't know. Tulikuwa tunashinda tukikuomba maziwa. We didn't know because I was
special diet
and all that. But they didn't know. I thought they knew, but they didn't. So I feel good that the teachers, because the teachers knew, but there's no way that information. But then there was someone who knew from at home, a girl we schooled with. And nimekuja kujua recently that she told people, but of course people don't believe. Even now people don't believe. One never pana. I told my friend before I went public, I said, pana, we must go, because she was my best friend in high school, and she didn't know. I thought she knew. You know, it's quite sensitive for anybody to come and ask you. Unless someone is courageous enough.
Yes. So ukamaliza akuwa najua.
Niwe tunaenda kutest.
Ukamaliza basi high school.
Yes.
Ukaingia kwa dunia, college and everything.
Yes.
So how did that go for you?
So I went to campus. When I went to campus, I had applied to do human resource, because I didn't feel that. Nilikuwa na feel I want to do something business, though I've never thought I will ever get into business. But then my uncle talked to me and he tried, just trying to help me, and he said, because you did well in biology, you can try and do community health, that is public health, and dwell in community health and HIV management. At some point I felt this course gonna give me more pain and everything, but it was like, it's gonna help you not as a person, but the community at large. And I changed, nearly changed kwa line hivi, and that bazoo guy was like, just sasa ukikuwa business, ukienda kwa medical course, kafis kana shoot hivi. But I told him, let me do this, and along the way, campus life got quite interesting.
What happened in campus?
Hey, watu wanakula fare, sasa mimi nilikula fees, and it was bad. You see now, I think, but I don't usually use that as, I don't like being defensive. Stakangi kaini kama I'll use that whatever I was going through is what made me do that. Because it's a mistake, and we make mistakes. We are young people, we make mistakes.
That's true.
So what happened, I think I was just trying to fit in. You get, you all along, all your life you've been feeling different. You know, you're trying to fit in. So that is where I made some mistake now. And actually my parents at some point felt, she might be doing drugs. Nikapelekwa hadi counseling.
Wait, Connie, how extreme was the getting cool and getting or fitting in?
I don't know, but it wasn't too much, because I didn't know too many things. But you're from Shags, you're trying things.
Yeah, then it
but
looks
it's
big
nothing
because
that I did
you were not that girl.
Yes, I was
before,
not.
So they must have been very worried.
They were worried.
Ukapelekwa counseling.
Nilikuwa napigwa simu. Umenda, I used to go on Tuesdays. Umenda, so I finished. And then I'm like, there's nothing wrong. It's just that I messed up. But there's nothing wrong that there's something bad that I'm doing, because I'm a very cautious person. From kitambo nimekuwa hivyo. And then when I went back to school, nika decide I'm gonna volunteer in a level 5 hospital that is there. That is when I started volunteering in the CCC too. And this is somewhere that the people that I met there, they are people who have held my hand and listened to me and gave me a platform to be a small voice for the young people. Because when I went there, that is when they started things about peer educating. Ni mimi nilianza. There was one person hakukuwa na watu wengine. So when I went there, they took me through the training, and having in mind I was being backed up by the course that I'm doing, it became pretty easy for me to get in. Na nikaanza hapo. Then I went back to school, tena nika mess up, and then I stopped. Nika drop. When I dropped, that's when I started the business, and then we met Hivo. So that's when you started. 8.
So that's when you started Paba.
Yes, that's when I started Paba.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask something. I hope you're okay with it.
Yes,
but how was the dating life for you? You know, like ukiwa kampo, were you always cautious not to get into relationships, or did you ever, feel like maybe I will never be,
Not even in camps. I think even now. I don't know whether I'm paranoid, I might just overreact, but I don't think I believe in relationships. I don't know, but I feel like people prioritize relationships and marriage too much.
Yes.
Mimi nataka kuomoka.
To tukiwa kwa hiyo point ya kuomoka. Cleopatra is here saying, yeah, by the way, yeah, hizo vitu ni others.
Yes.
But if you have any questions for Cleopatra Wanjiku, all you need to do is text us 111 For just a shilling, we'll be sampling all of that, messages of encouragement and empowerment, and even your own testimonies. We'll be going through all of that after this short commercial break. Welcome back. Huku tunaendelea na story ya kuomoka. Kuna mtu anasema Wanjiku is a strong woman. We love her so much. I'm proud of her. The show is lit and awesome and educational. That is Martin watching from Isiolo. Did I just massacre your name? What? Cleo, you're saying that marriage and a relationship is wewe unataka kuomoka kwanza.
Yeah.
And you're 27 and it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
People choose the path that they want to take. But have you found yourself in a relationship where you've had to tell, your partner or your boyfriend at that point that this is my status?
Yes, I have. Because I feel disclosure, it's a personal choice.
It is.
That you decide who you're going to disclose to.
Yeah.
But it takes some time. You can't wake up, Michael, you can't be. So many people are hitting on me, I'll say that. But you can't decide that you're going to wake up and tell everyone that this is it and this is it.
Yes.
So those that I've told and those one who we've dated and they have been comfortable with that. But there is one, I will give one example.
Please.
For a lesson to the rest. So there's this particular guy that I told. And he was like, no, I can't do this. And the bad thing is that this guy went on telling other people. Yes. Alienda kiambia watu, Pat sijui alizaliwa hivi, people call me Pat, ako hivi and hivi. And then I asked you, how do you even, I confided with you, and how do you even
then go ahead
feel comfortable giving
such
such information to other people?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where people get guts, because personally I'm very sensitive, vitu sensitive, mimi sitakangeta kukaribia, because people are going through so many things and it's not right. It's not allowed, it's not godly, it's uncalled. So it's not right. So I told him, and akasema no, he can't do that. He's not comfortable with that. And I understand, because everyone, kuna vitu zenye you can say, me I can do this, mimi siwezi fanya hivi.
Yeah.
So it's allowed. But I feel for people living with HIV, dating other people, it's quite a challenge, because there's still that stigma and people, watu hawana information. Huku nje, oh God. People don't have, watu wamekataa kusoma. And we are in 2020, things are happening. We're moving forward. Science is advancing every other day. Yes. So people should not feel afraid, because now we have that concept here, the undetectable status.
Yes.
Like the one I have, undetectable means you are untransmittable. If you're undetectable, you cannot transmit.
Okay.
You cannot transmit the virus either through sex. You cannot do that, because hata sahi nikitestiwa hapa Mikali, my results can come out negative, but it doesn't mean that I'm healed.
Yeah.
It means that you've used the drugs to the level that the virus cannot be detected under normal testing, blood test.
Okay.
Yes.
And, knowing that this boyfriend, this guy you were trying to date, Amenda amesema ukunje. Of course, even when you came out, there are people who were just like, how now? Akoaje hivyo, alafu pengine people wanna disassociate, ama you told a friend, like the friend you talked about from high school.
Yeah.
Has it ever put you in a position where you got depressed? Because we've seen so many people who are living with HIV who get into depression. Some of them refuse to take medication. They just give up on life generally. Have you ever gotten to that kind of low?
Yes.
Before?
Because I'm human. As much I tell people, well, I am a strong person, and people assume that I'm a very strong person, but we're human, and it's okay to feel not okay. We are vulnerable, we have a heart. So I've gotten to that position. And I remember it was so bad that I usually feel that it's sijai kubali that you can just go and talk about something someone found themselves in. That is how I argue it. Because now this is something that I don't think anyone has given me an explanation up to date.
Yeah.
The person who was supposed to explain to this, who is my mother, is not there. So I don't feel it's right for someone to go and trash talk. So I got into such a point in 2013, so that I come and drop from school.
Yeah.
That happened. And my uncle is the one who came in, and that's when I came to Nairobi. Because at that point, I usually say, I felt that death was the only solution. but I didn't get there. So I usually
Did you stop taking your medication at some point?
For a full year.
For a full year?
Yes.
Cleo.
Yes, but funny enough, me, I've never been admitted.
Yes.
Sijawai admitted ever in hospital. I have never. But I became so unwell, not unwell per se, but I became unwell and I went back to the hospital. And the person who was given hope was not being given hope. And the medical team was very disappointed. Very disappointed.
Why? They thought you were
Because now, you see,
one.
I was working there. I'm the one who has been helping them raise the kids. Because you see, now I was in charge of the kids. And most kids are born with HIV and the young people. Young kids and young adolescents. And now I'm there being... Kwanza hata nikatolewa nikaambiwa, now we must discipline you first. But then I came back and I decided that I prayed to God to give me a turnaround in my life. And that is when ilikuja sasa nikaanza story ya Paba. I still was doing that community work. But then I resigned, nikaacha, and I said, let me concentrate on my brand until ijisimamie. And from then, I'm going to come back and give back to the society.
And this is exactly what you're
doing. And that is the voice of a black girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's a beautiful, beautiful story. Remember, you can send in your questions, 111 444 111 for just a shilling, your messages of hope and your testimonies. And even if you're going through something like this, you can even talk to us on our social media handles. That is Switch TV Kenya on Facebook, Switch TV KE on Instagram. Unasema pana mpenda huyo mrembo, I like her standards. Hey Mwikali, I'm Shiko, but my story is a bit different. I need to share it and to encourage people. The show is lit. I'm Shiko from where? Shiko, go ahead and encourage people and change people's life. That is exactly what Cleopatra is doing. This girl, Wanjiko, just got so full of life. Love you, girl. Go, 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 go. Morning, Mikali. Nancy from Muranga. Wow, I'm amazed with Cleo. Mwambie, she's an encourager to this generation. Thumbs up to you.
Thank you.
Hi, Mikali. The show is lit. The lady is so beautiful. I have to agree. What beauty.
Thank you.
Cleo, that's quite an interesting story you got. It sounds like a testimony already. What are the symptoms of HIV that should give you an alarm? Is there like a...
No, there are no... No, let me ask.
Okay.
Most people up to now feel that when I say, ai kwa nini? No, you don't look like it. Nilisema watu waache kupimana na macho. Can people get out and get tested?
And get tested.
Get tested. We are creating awareness.
Only way.
It's the only way that you'll know.
Yeah.
Not wacha kupimana na macho. Because people, we are doing that. Young people, we are just doing that. So it's good to get tested.
Yes.
It doesn't take long and it's just a finger pricking activity. Whichever the results, we must live and we must live fully. So get tested. I encourage people every other day, what to end or test you. Let's create awareness and we reduce these infections that are happening every other day. Because most people, hata watu wengi mwekali who are infecting other people don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know about their status.
Yeah.
Because people, watu wanaogopa. But there is that tension that comes in.
Yeah, especially with the counseling that is before.
Yes.
But it's important.
It's
so
important
that you're in the right state of
you,
mind. To say, I want this done and I will be ready for when the results.
Because there are people who go in after the counseling and say, hapana.
Yeah.
Let me think. I'll come nitakuja kesho. Which is still okay. Because you need to be in your right mind.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people who go for testing. I've worked in a hospital. Alafu nasikia mtu alienda na akajua. It happens. Because as much as you guys, because the media have really tried to give information about HIV, but there's still a gap. Kuna kagap bado.
Yeah.
There's a gap that people hawajapata information as it should be. But
what was the point yako yenye ulikuwa, I think 26 years later, you know, umekuja uko, I will tell the world.
Yeah.
I will speak about myself. And I know probably I'll be discriminated upon. Probably I will lose clients. Because at this point when you're telling the world, Paba Collections is already
out there.
It's already out there. That is what people know you for. Then now they're going to associate the face of Paba to this new information that you're giving people. How did you decide to make this move? Why?
No, that is what everyone... What happened?
What happened?
Let me tell you, this is something that I've been thinking of doing for the last 5 years.
Ah, okay.
Because kila time, I have a team. I have my counselors, the people I've worked with, and then my doctors. Because I remember there's one, let me big him up. Anaitwa James Karongo. James Karongo, he works at LVCT Health.
Okay.
When I told him the last time, hey, you've told me this so many times. I hope. Because even when I didn't, when I told him I'm coming, he said, hey, finally, finally you're doing this. And I told him, because you feel there's that fear. The fear is there. And I think I was told, there's some guy who told me, stop having the fear of the unknown. Let's focus. We are here for the people who are getting motivated. Let me tell you, Mikali, I said this, I'm going to do this, and I'm not here for the negative vibe. I am here for that person who is out there who feels that they're about to give up. I'm here for that person out there who feels that they need this. That is who I am for. I am not for those ones. Hao wengine waende huko.
Yeah.
Yes. So this, and I don't want to divert ama nitoke from the course and from whatever we are doing. About the customers, most of them have been very positive. You saw the feedback that came in.
I did.
You saw that. And at some point, the 5 years nilisema, let me build my brand first.
Yes.
And then I'll have something to show people that you can do this. You must bring something to the table. Yes. So that you can equally eat alone if things turn the other way. So what I decided, I said that I'm going to help someone because I believe it's a beautiful story. I believe it's a testimony. And the fact that I did not sink into things that the world could have made me sink into. But I decided to fold up into. I didn't fold up. I decided to back up and stand up.
Yeah.
So I usually tell people I don't usually have an ini for a sad story.
Nope.
I have a sad story.
I don't
too,
have
and
the
I did
time.
not fold. I did wake up na nikasema I'm gonna do this, and nobody, si watu wengi walikuwa wanajua.
Yeah.
Hata wenye my team here ya Paba hakuna watu walikuwa mpaka sasa hawaamini. So how have you been able to keep all this information? I told them that was personal and this is the time.
Yes.
And when the time is there, you have to do it.
Oh my God. And when your story came out, I just have to say, Governor Mike Sonko shared your post as well.
Yes.
Then you did, is he like a personal friend to you? Because I saw when you wrote out, that was on the first, was it on the 1st of December?
I did on 30th.
On 30th
was for
November, because you did it a day just before HIV International Awareness Day. And I think everybody was just sharing it on social media, and I saw Mike Sonko Pia shared the same.
Because I did something for Mike Sonko, and I was just trying, you see, I will go for anything. I also told you about that. So, I did some pieces for him back in August, and then I posted on his timeline. Hivyo tu venye watu comment.
Yes.
And that is when he told me to go to the office. And he he bought the items and promoted the business. So from then we've known each other. So he also didn't know about the story, and he felt it's something nice to share and tell the public and motivate someone out there, because people are going through things.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I love that you didn't give up on yourself, and you didn't give up on God as well, because when you give up on yourself, you give up on the power that God has over your life to help you move to the next step, or to help you be strong and take on the world. Paba.
Yes.
Let's talk about Paba for a bit. It will be, you look amazing, and I'm sure you're wearing your own collection. You're wearing you.
Yes.
And it looks really, let's talk about Paba for just a bit before we come to the end of this conversation. What does Paba do?
Paba, what does it do? We deal with African-themed items and beaded accessories. The first time you did my interview, we were just starting. Purple. We were just starting off, but God has been faithful.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing artists so much that time, but we've grown to be at least a house, a big house, not so big, but a big house where we deal with African themed items, jackets, bomber jackets, hoods, dresses, vitu za harusi, all those. Anything that has an African touch, it must have an African touch.
Okay.
Recently I started the casual wear, but we are not. I don't want to concentrate so much on that, because we are Africans and Africa is our business.
That's what's up.
Yes.
So Paba inamaanisha nini?
Oh, it's here. It means Patras African beaded accessories and Ankara.
Oh wait, you've tattooed that on your what?
Yes, it's Patras African beaded accessories and Ankara.
Okay.
Which means that we deal with African fabrics and not fabrics necessarily. I don't do fabrics, clothes and beaded accessories.
Okay.
Yes, such beaded ni hizi sasa.
Umekuja umebrand kabisa.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming, Cleo. And maybe your parting shot to anyone out there who is feeling hopeless, and they're going through the same. They've never opened up to the world, and they're looking at you as like that big sister or that mom that feels nishike mkono nisaidie. Are you also open to that, to just walk the journey with?
Yes, I am.
So for that, parting shots, your camera is here.
I am open to that. You can talk to me. You can reach out to me. And one thing that I say, don't rush yourself. Don't feel the pressure of getting out there, but just take every day at a time, every step at a time, and you'll get there. There's hope. There's so much hope.
Yes, there is.
So much hope. Yes. We should not give up. We're here to live fully. Si leo, si kesho kutwa, but we must live fully. Go for your dreams. You can do it. You can make it.
Absolutely.
Yes. And let me tell them too.
Social media. Yes.
Yes, social media. Cleopatra Wanjiko. And my page, my business page, it's Paba Collections. And Instagram, Facebook, all those. Cleopatra is my personal account. You can reach me there for anything that you want to talk about. Feel free. This is a safe space. The Voice of a Black Girl is a safe space where you can talk about things we go through, things you don't talk about, and we're here to kill depression and kill everything, because people are going through stigma and discrimination and anything. It doesn't have to be a health issue. People have lost people, they have lost jobs, they have lost things, anything that your heart is bleeding off. I see you, I'm rooting for you. We'll do that. And I'll give my number.
Okay.
Yes.
Please.
Utaniruhusu tu.
Na tafadhali. Patiana number.
Yes, for business, if you want to talk to someone, please, no jokers. 0715 672 750. 15 750 Paba Collection. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. Just kidogo feedback before I let you go.
All right.
Hi Mwikali, I'm Rita from Where the show. Ikolit Salimia, my sister Sana.
Yes.
That is Rita from Where. Are you from Where?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, kubali tu ni dadako. Hi Mwikali, I'm Phineas from Meru. That guys, she is courageous. May God bless her for the work that she's doing. Diana from Embu, you all look good. Shiko is just a strong lady. Go girl, the society needs you so much. So there's no stopping. There's no stopping, right? Hi Mwikali, that girl is so encouraging. Thank you for taking the time to encourage, empower, and share your story with the world, because we're here for it.
Thank you.
In the year 2020, with the pandemic, left, right, center, people losing everything.
Yeah.
We just need hope. Atakama ndogo aje, ndio. Asante sana. Nashukuru.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we are taking a very short commercial break. We'll be right back. And you know, when we come back, it's all about working out, keeping fit. I'll try do that from a distance off camera, but we'll be right back.